We can do this anytime you like. When I see you loving on sight, doing all the wicked things I like. Promise I'ma get it to you.
If you're in a relationship, is it a problem if your partner does not want to have sex? Huh? If you're in a relationship, is it a problem if your partner doesn't want to have sex? No.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it's a problem because I think sex is overrated, personally. If somebody does want to have sex, there probably is a reason for that. And why do we always have to have sex every day anyway?
But you're the same person who would have sex on your period, have sex, get a man to lick you out when you're in your period.
But it doesn't mean that I have sex every day. It doesn't mean I have sex every day.
She's fully contradicting herself.
I didn't contradict myself. I didn't say I didn't have sex, but I'm saying it doesn't have to happen all the time.
How can you contradict yourself? You will go as far as having sex on your period, which is and then you're saying sex is overrated. Is there something wrong with you? In a previous episode, you made it very clear that we said that having sex on your period is not right. Well, it's not right. It's not hygienic. You said, well, if I want to have sex, I want to have sex. Related? So what I'm trying to say is you're contradicting yourself by saying sex is overrated because you will even go as far as having sex on your period. So it can't be overrated.
But okay, that's your opinion.
Funnily enough, I actually agree with Nunu. Not with the sex is overrated, because it's not. Hell nah. But I don't think it has to be an everyday thing. If your partner's not feeling up to it, maybe it's your obligation to find out why, what reason, why don't they feel...
You know, like there's some people that get into relationships and in the beginning of our relationship, we were happy, we were having sex, etc. But then sometimes in a relationship, you get some people who decide that they want to try celibacy. Do you understand? And that's a personal decision that they make for themselves. If you're in a relationship with someone, you've been with that person for a period of time, they've now decided, I no longer want to have sex because it might be because I'm practicing celibacy, for example. How do you deal with that? Where do you go from there? What happens?
That needs to be a decision. You can't just make a decision that affects the both of us. If you're deciding, I'm going to be celibate, we need to have that conversation. Why are you making this decision? Let's talk about this decision that you're making. Let's come to a compromise, because if I feel I don't want to be celibate at this point and you do, then what do we do there?
I'm the type of person, like, medically, I've always been a very sexual person in terms of, like, I've had to go to see the doctor because I have strong testosterone in my system that every 2 minutes is a boner, it's a boner, it's a boner. That's led me to grow up to sex. Now, I've grown to a point where at this point I made the decision that, you know what, I don't want to have sex. For somebody that enjoys sex, yeah, it's been one of the hardest periods of my life, like especially with the newfound fame and whatnot. Do you get what I'm saying? But when you are in a relationship with somebody or you've met somebody who has a strong stance, and that comes from somewhere, like myself as well, I've come from somewhere. Where then is the maybe compromise? Because I could stand there and say, well, bruv, my thing is I be in it. I want to fuck in it. Like, let's fuck in it.
In all honesty, yeah, when you come in to have a relationship, you've come in together and there's a level of agreement and you're on a journey together. When certain things change, that's why breakups occur. So there's a possibility that the relationship may just have to dissolve. It's not a problem with that, because you have to remember when you first began the journey, you had an agreement and you were on the same wave. Things change. Yeah. So it's not a problem if you decide, I'm going to break away because you're not prepared to have sex.
Like you said, in the beginning of meeting anybody, for you to decide to get into a relationship or continue to see them, you both will be on some form of the same page, wouldn't you? Now, if I'm someone that I'm a sexually active person and I meet somebody and they say, listen, I'm not really on sex, I have to kind of think twice about entering that situation with them, because we're both on two different pages. Me, I'm sexually active, you not sexually active. So will this work?
So I met someone, I like this person wholeheartedly or whatever, and that person says, you know what, okay, this is my faith, this is what I believe in. I don't believe in sex until I get married. Now, I've just explained to you my background. Do you understand? Now, yes, the way I see it is, okay, you know what, day to day, a different day is a new day. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that I could practice before, but I'm of mind where, you know what, I can do that. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that our perspective, our backgrounds and how we come, like, it's one thing, it's good saying, okay, you know what, yes, you don't want to have sex, you don't want to do this, but generally when you meet somebody, away from all of that, we generally like each other, we generally get on, we make sense, but then we have factors that I find a lot of females don't appreciate with men. Do you get what I'm saying? Because yes, you can hold on to faith and yeah, you see it like that, and some of us might hold on to faith as well, but we don't see it like that. So then what happens in that dynamic? Because, you know what I'm saying, man wanna fuck. If you don't wanna fuck.
If you've entered a relationship and your partner doesn't want to have sex, that's something you've bargained for, right? So therefore, you can't really complain. Me speaking personally, like if you've come together and you're both sexually active, for me, I'm catering to my man. Do you get my gist? So on average, I think a guy has sex like 3 times a week. Like, I'm gonna cater to my man.
3 times a week.
Okay, or whatever.
Child's play.
It doesn't.
Child's play.
Bottom line is, if you're not doing something for your man, he's going to look elsewhere. If you are my man,
This is the problem with our society. Why are we trying to please the guy? Why can't you please yourself?
this is my boyfriend. I want to please him. No, because you're getting situated.
If I want to have sex once a week, that's it. You deal with that. If you can't agree with that, then we're not supposed to be in a relationship.
I'm going to share something quickly. Ladies, it's to you. I want you guys to answer it first, and then fellas, I want to know what you think, yeah? So I met this man, and for certain reasons, the wife basically, the person he's with basically don't want to have sex. However, she's given him permission to go out and have sex with other women. Hold on. Let me land. I would do the same, yeah? I would do the same.
You can't fuck someone else.
Hold on. I'll always go on the thing of personalize it, and then you will find out what you're really saying. I can't eat rice and chicken every day. You can't. It doesn't matter how sweet the food is, eventually you get bored. Sometimes people want to branch out, taste something different. That's life. How many things do you like? You don't like one thing. You don't wear the same clothes every day.
Are you mad? My man, like, you want to go and fuck someone else 'cause I'm not giving you pussy. I don't understand. No, that doesn't work where I'm from. In Igbo land, that cannot run. You know what I mean? You can't go have sex. If I'm not opening my legs, I'm sorry, that's what it is. And if you don't like it, you go out. You step out. You leave the relationship. Me allowing you to have sex, are you mad? I will actually bottle him. Are you mad?
I get the concept, because the normal thinking pattern behind that is that if you don't make your man feel sexually aroused or satisfied, is that eventually in time, could be one day, could be 6 months, depending on the guy, he will look elsewhere. So she's avoiding the heartbreak because she's already given him a pass to do it. I get the concept. But I think in a marriage context, in any context, personally for me, don't think I'll be able to do it.
Okay, for me, you already know. I don't need to answer. Please, trauma.
It doesn't make sense. Like, if you're my man and I don't want to have sex, if you can't do that, then we can't be together. Basically, you're my own property.
There's one thing knowing that your man is going off and doing that. There's another thing not knowing. Not knowing, I always believe what you don't know won't hurt you. Like, knowing that I've given him that pass. Like, let me finish. Knowing that I've given you that pass, like another woman's gonna sit on you, another woman's gonna kiss you, another one's gonna suck your dick. Like, are you mad? And then you're not gonna come home and lie with me. You're gonna lie with me, and then. No! Never!
You're saying that what you don't know won't hurt you, so what about if you didn't know, but he was still doing it? It won't hurt you though.
Chill the hell out. You're missing the question. She said, if you don't give it up, do you give him a pass? Because what you said, what you said, I hear what you're saying, because if he's gone out to sleep with someone else, comes back home and then sleeps with you, and you all know about the process, it kind of sounds all disgusting. But what she's saying is, you're not giving it to him. You give your man a pass to go and get what he can't get at home. Now, I'll let Nuno answer before I expand on what she said.
You must be silly. This is the most dumbest thing ever. So I'm going to let my man go and sleep with someone else because he's not getting enough from me.
You're not giving it to him.
Yeah, I'm not giving it to him. So
would you give him a pass to go and get it elsewhere?
Never.
So then, what she's asking is, how does he satisfy his urges that you know that he needs?
If he respects me, he will wait. He can suppress it. He can go and do other stuff. If you're that desperate and you really need to have sex, go wank yourself. You don't need to be. Like, respect me and in the relationship.
You were so anxious and so on sex that you let someone lick you on your period. I keep referring to that because we say,
I never said
wait. Listen,
did I once say I don't like
understand
sex?
where I'm going with it. We say sex is overrated. We say sex is not a big deal. We say if you love me for me, then you should be able to just go and wank. But if you love yourself for you and you could do without sex, and it's not that addictive to you and it's not that something that is that deep, why is a man licking you out in your reds?
That's got no correlation whatsoever. Are you stupid?
Then
when I have sex,
you yourself are
when I
dumb.
have sex,
like, what you're saying don't make no fucking sense. Now, ever shush me your life, blood, before I get up there and shush you properly. How dare you? Like, how dare you? Like, seriously. We're having this conversation, you're talking shit, it's affecting my brain, my head's getting hot, like, and you shush me. Like, seriously.
I'm good in bed, let's get it clear. If I have sex, when I have sex, I do it well. If I choose not to have sex, the man should respect that. Okay? Just because I'm allowing a guy to lick me out doesn't mean if I choose not to have sex, he should respect that.
Nunu does not speak for me. Our realities are completely different. And I think there's skill to being able to understand other people's reality, even if it's not yours. So her saying that, you know, a woman doesn't have to have sex every day, or that's fine, because there's some women that don't want to have sex every day. But as far as I'm concerned, like if you're in a long-term relationship with someone and you starve them of sex, what, you think they're not going to go elsewhere?
Sex is an addition. It's something that when I'm getting to know you, it heightens what I'm getting to know. Now, if I'm in a relationship, which I was one time, and I got baptized, right? And then I was with this girl for about 3 years. Halfway between the relationship, I got baptized. I became celibate. The way I'm looking at it is like, I'm getting to know you for a lot more than your body. Okay, before that, sex was an integral part of the relationship. We liked it. It was a part of the getting to know you stage. But when I got baptized, she then decided, because, okay, the sex was good, but I like you for more than just what you can offer in a bedroom. And she made a conscious decision, I should say, to be like, okay, you've made that step and I love you enough outside of sex to be able to take that journey with you. Yeah. And I feel like that's what I'm saying.
We don't need that.
No, we need that. You were clapping at the start. You were very happy to clap.
Please.
If you're going to a situation purely for sex, then it's important, because that whole relationship is solely based on the physical. However, if I'm in a situation where I'm saying, okay, yeah, we're sexing or whatever, but I like you as an individual. I like, you know, I can see something being built with you. And you turn around to me one day and you say, yo, I'm not in that position. If I care about you, in my perspective, if I care about you as a person, if the person I've gotten to know over that period of time is somebody that I value, if you say no sex, no sex.
I won't lie, yeah, with that sort of mentality, a lot of girls are going to break your heart. Let me tell you that for free.
No.
You know why? Because
nobody can break my heart if look, I feel like if you're out here just handing your heart to anybody, of course you're going to be easily heartbroken.
Celibacy? What drink is that? I don't know about him, but for me, that celibacy stuff is not in my nature. Sex just chases me. I mean, it's even next to me now like that. You see the way it just popped up on me? It chases me, so boy, I don't know about anyone else, but celibacy, I can't do it. You know what? I really, really deeply respect you, yeah, because me personally, I can't do that celibacy thing as a guy. Seriously, because like for a guy to do that, hands up to you. But for me, I'm a really sexual person. Like in a relationship, that's integral. I see like girls use that as a major excuse, as a tool. Like you can't give someone sex in a relationship and just go.
Hold on.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's a punch in the face.
We're all throwing in this factor of religion, you know, being baptized, which is fair enough. You can't fight religion. Once someone brings religion to you, you can't fight God. So what about if the person says, I'm not having sex with you because physically I'm not into you like I used to? Then what do you do then?
Personally, in a previous relationship I was in, I was...
You experienced everything.
You don't know if it's been one, if it's the same one, you don't know exactly. I no longer found that person attractive anymore. And part of who I am is, if I don't find you attractive and I don't have those feelings for you no more, I no longer want to touch, you can't touch me. You know, some people can just have sex for the sake of having sex. Yeah. Like for me, if there's something about you that doesn't draw me to you no more, for me, I can't give you my body. And for that reason, for a long period of time, we no longer were in that relationship. I mean, we were no longer sleeping together. And in that period, it was quite a while, like 7-8 months. And in that 7-8 months, I wasn't surprised that that person went off and started having a girlfriend and started sleeping with someone else. I was not surprised, and I didn't knock that person for it, because the reality was I wasn't giving it to him no more, and I didn't want to give it to him.
At that point when you was like, I don't want to physically give him my body anymore, why didn't you just end the relationship?
No, but it did. Can I say something?
Why did you continue for
wait.
7 months?
Do you know it is, which is true, but we did try. But sometimes you may want to end it, but the second party doesn't want to end it. Now, for me, when I no longer want to give you my body, for me, it is done.
When a guy's done, yeah, straight away, we're done.
Yeah.
When a girl's done, yeah, they're done way before they've told you they're done. Yeah. I'm a very sexually orientated person. Now, traditionally, when I meet a girl, first thing I mean is, are you good? What are your values? What are you like? And then can you throw down in the bedroom? Because that is what, like he said, and I agree with him, that's what is important to me. But one thing that I can agree with him is on, when you actually meet that person who you're like, you know what, if you tell me we're not having sex, I'm not having sex. because what you represent to me has overwhelmed everything else. Do you understand? But bringing it back to what I was trying to make, and I don't think you lot grasp what I was trying to say. You lot have your standpoint of, okay, I don't want to have sex. I feel you downplay the standpoint of the guys who, you know what, I want to have sex. Because at the end of the day, like, yes, we don't see it the way you do. We don't come up the way we do. Like I said, I always give this analogy. You come up protecting your bits, your breast, your fanny. It's all close. We come out, willy swinging out, yo, where's the ton? Yeah, that's what makes you a lad. Do you get what I'm saying? So when we now grow up and we get this interaction with each other, you've got to understand both ends of the spectrum. Same way we're like, okay, you know what? She said faith. Okay, we can't argue that. The way I see it is it's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. If you give somebody a taste of something, you can't expect me to now, if we've got into this, started having sex, you can't just change up on me and say no sex. Like, I have to be at that same point that you are, whether it be religiously, whether it be mentally, we have to be there together for you to make that decision, because you've given me something that I like that is sweet. It's like, my favorite ice cream is banana ice cream. You're giving me banana ice cream. I'm addicted to that. And then one day, you just take the banana ice cream away. Are you mad? You better bring back my pussy.
There doesn't need to be a million reasons why I don't want to have sex with you. If I don't want to have sex with you today, you should respect that. I think when people have sex too much, it weakens the relationship, and maybe I'm not feeling it that day, so let's just chill sometimes.
People change. Yes. I'm so pissed I'm even saying it, because like with the whole religion thing, what pisses me off in society today is like sinners judge sinners for sinning differently. Yes. Like girls are going through a relationship, they will know, okay, I'm gonna get into this relationship, and like they're gonna be having the sex. And when it comes to their whole like, as you said, you got baptized, they'll act like they've never had sex before. They'll keep their relationship indoors, like, yeah, I have sex with my boyfriend, but outside, babe, I'm a virgin. Like, I don't do all of that sort of stuff. Like, you're not deceiving me, you're deceiving everybody else outside.
Sorry, yeah. What about the girls, yeah, that will tell you straight up, yeah, we're not beating. They're in a relationship with the guy. The guy is thinking, yeah, this is my wife. You're caning someone else. Telling my man, you're doing this virgin life, or you're doing this celibacy life. There's a bag in the listen. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something now? I'll give you a perfect scenario, yeah? You meet a guy that you really like, but you have the guy you lean on, using Esther's analogy, yeah? That is the fuck buddy. That is the guy that's your in-between guy. Do you understand? That you cane. Now, when you're seeing and building this relationship with the guy you genuinely like, but you're fucking someone else, do you think if he knew that at the beginning of the scenario...
We'll get into that. Number one, that relationship is probably not genuine, yeah? So she's got him there for another reason. More time, that's the case. Second of all, what the case usually is, okay, you're the one I'm taking serious, so I want to portray myself to you a certain way. Yes. Babe, we're not having sex for now, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is that that's one of the ways that certain guys move. I'm not saying it's right, didn't let me finish. I'm just saying, so how it is, yeah, she's getting her D because she needs her D, but you're the one that I value and I want to play it safe with you. It's not right, but I'm just sharing. This is what men do. The scenario you gave. Because it's a scenario you shared, but you may not know why. If a girl could be true and say, you know what, babe? I'm banging this guy and I want to bang you and blah, blah, and knew that it would be okay, girls would do it. The reason why girls are sly and sometimes lie is for the purpose and for the gain. Yeah? Girls want to get wifed. I want a wife for you. I see value in you, but I need to carry myself a certain way. Do you get what I mean? I don't want to sleep with you early and quick. I want you to sleep with yourself. So I'm going to fake it, and then it's not right. That's what it is.
Women don't listen. Women do not do that. It's men. You men do that all the time. Why are you acting surprised? You all have side chicks.
Everything we do is about rising. Trust me, if you assess your life, everything you do is about how I'm going to get forward. So sometimes, especially if the lady's been hurt, yeah? Okay, so I've got you now.
So flogging one guy and is power. So that's a sign of power. Flogging this one and keeping yourself free from this one.
Sorry, do you know what you call that type of girl? She's an O.
Oh, are you serious? Men do it all the time, so what are you? What are you? Men have main chick, side chick, when I want to call chick, beautiful chick. Are you silly?
We should not be pioneering to be like men if they are promiscuous as a woman. That's not something we should be saying, oh, but men do it all the time, so women should be able to do it. That's not something... Let me finish. That's not something that we should be pioneering for. That's irrelevant. Whether men do it or they don't do it, that's not something we should be pioneering for. There are instances in which women genuinely cannot have sex. For instance, after childbirth. For example, I had quite a traumatic childbirth. So normally it's 6 weeks, yeah, that you shouldn't be able to have sex, but mine was obviously a longer period of time. there are some men that are very insensitive to that and feel that this is an urge that I cannot control. So within that period of time, say for example it's 3 months, they may not be able to withstand that 3 months. So if you're with someone in a relationship and you've been with them for a period of time and you claim that you love them and you don't have the ability to wait for them after they've given birth, just for a period of time, you can't wait for them to be ready to be in that place, to be intimate with you, then you can't really love them. Like, it shouldn't be something that's on demand. As a man, or even as a woman, I feel like if your partner has gone through something that is life-changing, you need to exercise patience.
One, if a woman is even going through pregnancy, that 9 months of labour, it might be off-putting to certain men because you've got your child
turn
and
sideways.
it goes a bit left. I feel like, especially with women, like you don't appreciate what the man actually goes through sometimes. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you value yourself and you want to hold your tongue tight and say, you know what, I'm not giving it up, I respect that fully. Do you understand? If you want to give it to every Tom, Dick and Harry as well and you own it, I respect that fully. Do you understand? What I do not like is the pretense and the lies and oh, you know what? Let me be like this because this is how I can get my easy D, but that's who I like. I know of peoples, yeah, where they've been married, yeah, and during this marriage or during the leading up to this marriage, yeah, like Don's fully doing everything in his power to make this wedding litty, blood, litty. No say that I know man them that have run through your girl while you're going through this stress that you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's heartbreaking because I put myself in a position where, listen, you know I'm fully on or fully off.
Listen, you see the main thing that we need to make clear here. You see with sex, it's always, the woman's giving us, the woman's giving us. Let's change that. When we're coming together, sex should be a mutual thing. 50,
never giving
50.
me no sex.
No, I'm hearing what you're saying, Lucas, but let me finish.
I'm taking
Lucas,
I'm coming to get sex off you.
Lucas,
Do you understand? And I'm selling.
Lucas, my point is, a girl can come and take sex from you. It's 50-50. It doesn't always have to be that way. So my thing is, when you're first getting into a relationship with someone, you have that discussion. Sex is not a cherry on the top. Sex is one of, listen, be quiet please. Sex is one of the pinnacles of a relationship. So cool, if we're actually getting into a relationship together, we're gonna discuss these things, yeah? So if, cool, we're 2 years in, I just don't wanna have sex with you. You need to have communication with me. You should have communicated that with me 2 months when you was even thinking about it. Because now we're at that stage, you don't want to have sex. I love sex. I love sex.
I think it really confuses me as to why we have to always have this notion as girls are giving us sex. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like we're in this together, we're laying down together, we're having sex together. So where does that then come into it as you're giving me sex? If that's the case, I'm giving you sex as well.
Situation, I completely agree. Like, I feel what girls fail to do is take into consideration how the man actually feels. Let's face it, like, putting aside love, trust, similarities, everything you've got with your man, sex plays a massive role. If you're having sex with someone and the sex is dead, what's gonna happen? You've told him what to do, blah, 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 and the sex is honestly shit. What's gonna happen? You can't really stay there forever. Let's deep it. You're going to go. So my point is, you can't, like, I understand, but guys, they're more sex, well, it depends. Like, you guys, we can't, like, starve you of sex, because I get it. You want sex, we have to give it to you. Not every day, like, you have the, don't look at me like that, Biscuit. You make me sick. You make me sick, stop. Wait, hold on. Everybody has the right to say no. I'm not saying every time you want sex, yeah, you're there, pop your pussy. No, you have the right to say no. But you need to take into consideration that this is your man. Compromise, not even like that. You need to please your man. You need to give him shit as well.
Deep what Corey is saying. Like, sex is not where my girlfriend says to me, you know what, you behaved yourself today. I'm going to give you some. I'm going to have some of that. Have some of that. Listen, we're doing this together. I'm having sex with you. You're not giving me sex. I'm not giving you sex. We're doing it together.
Hey, can I cut you quickly? You know the main thing as well? We're forgetting that you have to be sexually compatible with someone for it to work. If you're not sexually compatible, then it sounds shallow, but the relationship is gonna break down. Being sexually compatible, me and you are having sex. We have great sex. It's always banging. It's not dead. Every time it's different, spice up. Every time busting sweat, everything good. You understand? We're sexually compatible. Every time I'm having sex with you, it's a bit dead, it's not really working. What's gonna happen 6 months down the line?
Yes, you've spent your time, you like this girl, genuinely like her. Everything else is gonna play, that sex is gonna play a lesser role because in your head, you know all the effort, all the time you've put in, all the emotions that you've given to this girl. But what I'm trying to say is, after a while, unfortunately, that's going to fade away. Because the relationship, at first, yeah, it's up here, you're all gassed off each other, then you realize that reality comes in. So that moment is going to come in where you sit down and you're like, you know what? This isn't what I thought it was to
But
be.
then both of you are not compatible.
No,
then.
it doesn't mean
the sexual compatibility, you can't just knock everything out the picture. If you're emotionally connected with this person, is what I'm saying. Like, what are we really talking about? Like, there's one thing fucking somebody, and there's another thing being emotional. That's what I'm saying. Don't blur the two lines, my G. I can fuck a beanie. Do you understand? I like that beanie. But there's a difference between me being emotionally involved and invested in.
Sex already is a spiritual exercise and an emotional one. That's the main thing about it, you know. Once you have sex with someone, a lot of things change. See, when you're having sex, how you become like a different person. If you act how you act when you're having sex on the street, they'll say you're a mad person. Leave. It enters your mind. You literally start releasing certain things. Am I lying or not?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when you're having sex, what you already got strong emotions for this person. Now you're having sexual intercourse. It's true. It's moving to a next level.
Yeah.
Hold on. The sex could be dead. The sex could be dead. I'm not saying that shell. It could be dead. But there's something inside you that won't say, I'm gonna drop her because of this.
I get Lucas's point. It's true. If you're emotionally, yeah. But Corey has a strong point as well. That sometimes after a while, let's say the emotion. You know, you go through honeymoon periods. After the 6 months is done, let me finish. After the 6 months is done, this is where the problem begins because now the sex is dead. Secondly, that is where cheating comes in because you're now going to seek elsewhere because you're not to get inside for what you want, but you're not willing to end it because you're still emotionally connected.
Man, them have caned girls, and the minute I finish fucking you, like, bruv, everything about you is just dead. How about that? Like, everything changes. I don't like you no more. Just straight away, I don't like you. You're just washed. But before that, I really liked you. Then what?
That's just because you've bossed. Like, I don't get it.
I used to bang a bag of things. Do you understand? And every time I used to be with a girl, I didn't see it as, oh, sex is the end game. Because to me, sex wasn't the end game. I can beat. I don't even like sex like that. Give me blows, I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? Sex ain't the big deal to me. Do you understand? Head is. But my thing was, when I meet people, I'm investing in our time together. So if I can improve on you, you can improve on me. I'm learning from you. It's an experience. Do you understand? And that's how I generally see meeting somebody and having sex. Now, the end game isn't always just sex. Like, if we fuck and we fuck, cool. Like, certain men don't chase pussy. Certain men, they just get pussy.
You guys know, once you ejaculate, sometimes it creates that disconnection.
It's true, bro. There's been times where you're watching X videos, bro, and after you bust, you're just like, God damn. You're looking at the girl like, yo, you nasty.
And this is why women have to hold their pussy because of people like you. After a while, you don't feel nothing for the girl. So why should she give the sex to you?
Shut up.
He did not say himself. He said guys. So if you he didn't say himself. No, yeah, he didn't say himself. So you're now saying, that's why guys like you. He never said himself.
Okay,
correct.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm saying this is why girls have to hold on to their vaginas because men they bust and then they don't like her no more. So why would I be giving myself to bare man, a man after man after man after man, and he's dusting?
Let's say, for example, you're someone who's very adventurous in terms of sex. You're very adventurous. You like different things. You like trying new things. But your partner's someone that's quite conservative and they're not willing to do certain things, and you're really eager to do these things. Then what compromise do you reach there? What happens there?
You have to try and compromise regardless. Like if
who has to try and compromise?
Whoever the person is not. If your partner's exotic, you've got to be open to things. Like that's part
Why
of.
though? What if it's like not in your nature?
You know what is most important, which I said before, is being sexually compatible. So it's a case where if you're freaky, bro, let her know you're freaky from the jump. Why are you gonna let her know 6 months down that you want to stick it in her bum? Like, she should have known that. You know what I mean? It's a big surprise. If you're freaky and you're about certain stuff, let her know from the jump.
When you get into a relationship, a lot of guys, and let's say girls, they kind of hide things away, like sexual things, which they're not really comfortable expressing at first. So they'll probably leave it a few months and then they'll suddenly, I like sucking toes, or I like to put it in your bum. It's like, why wait that long to obviously do that? You need to kind of express that at the beginning and then obviously see if the sexual compatibility is there.
So we touched on faith briefly and we kind of dabbled away from it, yeah? And I went to something the other day and it was kind of interesting to me. I kind of argued with the pastor for ages. He said, do you marry for love, or do you marry for faith? Now, when you bring sex into that equation, yeah, your faith kind of says, yo, don't get married, don't have sex until you get married. Now, love, on the other hand, is me and you emotionally connecting with each other. Do you understand? Which one is it that you marry for, or like which one stops you from having sex or being more sexual?
If you look at today, there is a lot of young people, like my age, 25, a lot of people getting married to girls just to have sex. Like, it's true. Where's the morals in that?
Wait, hold on, what? Getting married?
Yes. Because the girl is so strong in the religion and the guy supposedly loves her so much, he's willing to give up everything and get married to this girl just to have that sex.
That's ridiculous.
Baby, it happens. It happens. That is today's reality. In the sense of, like, where's the morals in that? Do you get what I'm saying? Where's the moral in, oh, why should I put all that I have as a guy just to have sex with you and like go in the same boat as you with your faith?
I feel like, though, there are many times where you can have a connection with someone without even ever seeing like a sexual thing, right? So you can meet that person and you're just like, shit, like you're just, you don't even know what it is. You're just taken aback. When you have sex, it's like, whoa. It's like an addition to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like if you're in love with this individual and you get into a marriage, okay, the sex game might be whack, but you're married. So are you now going to divorce because of sex? No, you're going to work it out. You're going to take time. Most people are learners. You can't tell me that you'll be with someone for 5 years and you're teaching them sex and they just don't get it. Because at one point, your partner's going to be like, you know what? My partner likes this, so let me try it. They're going to say, let me practice doing this. Sex for me in a relationship is a decoration, right? It's not the be all. Like, I understand that people go into relationships for various different reasons, but for me personally, if I'm going into a relationship, it's not necessarily purely based on my physical attraction to you. There's something more there. I want to understand you as an individual. I want to know what you're bringing to the table. I want to know if me and you can build a future, because I do like long-lasting relationships.
What you do is you please your spouse, Abi, innit? Whatever he likes, you do. Whatever you like, you should do. Eventually, it takes time. Drip. It will enter eventually. What do you mean? Come on. If you love this person, I mean, you can plank for somebody else, but if this is somebody you love and you've chosen to be sexually active with this person, throw it back on their neck, on their chest, on their dick, on their ankle.
What if that guy now says to you, listen, let's throw in this religion thing here. You've decided you're going to go on a religious path and celibacy. The guy says, listen, it's either your religion or me. Are you going to say, because of love?
Can I just say to you? No, you're not going to talk. You're going to let me finish. As I was saying, let's keep it real. Head, for example. No woman was on head. No one wanted to do it. It was disgusting. But when you fell in love with your geezer, you will back it. You will go down.
If you're in love, would you lick his bum? Would you lick his bum? Like, some guys want that feeling. I'm not about that, but some guys want to have that disgusting feeling. So I'm asking, if you're really down for your man, would you do it?
If you say, listen, babe, this is what I like, as your woman, I'm going to go the extra mile for you, because that's what it's about. We're a partnership, the same as me.
It's all about perspective and how you view things, yeah? Something as serious to someone about, for example, their religion, and then obviously something as important to them as well as their man, because you love that person. I think it's unfair to put the two on the same level. I, for example, I grew up in ministry. Every single one of my mum's sisters are pastors' wives, yeah? I grew up in ministry. I had a child out of wedlock, yeah? So the expectation was, whether you're happy or not, you will marry this guy to cover the shame, yeah? Never. Because of religious views. Yeah. I obviously said no. But you can't determine as a man or as a woman, you can't determine how important that faith should be to that person. Wait, let me finish. You can't determine how important that is to that person. If that person says, from today I have made a commitment to God, I don't want to have sex. One, it's not your place to now shame them and say, well, you had sex before. Okay, yeah, I've had sex before, wait. But I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. That's one. Yeah, you can't condemn them. That's one. Two, if they decide to say, I want to make this step, this is my journey. If you want to join me on the journey, then cool. Most people, if they're dead serious and they've given their life and they're saying this is it, if the relationship is going to end, it's going to end. And I think as a man, if you know that you can't be with this woman and be loyal to her through this period until you go and you eventually get married, then it's for you to say, you know what?
Within marriage.
If it's within the marriage context. But if you're married, she's gonna have sex.
What if he comes to you on a genuine, I cannot do this for much longer. I'm at my Like,
Me personally, I think in a marriage context, it is wrong for a woman to withhold sex under any circumstance, unless, for example, it's a religious thing like fasting or childbirth. I think once you have committed to that man, your body, I'm sorry, this may come across, of course she has a choice, she can say no. But you have a choice, you can say no. But as far as I'm concerned, once you've made that commitment to get married and live your life for the rest of your days with that man, your body is that man's and that man's body is your own. Unless it is extenuating circumstances, then you can decline. Other than that, you're violating.